It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. The fans are filling the seats out in Boston, the site of our broadcast, and where the Celtics will be going up against the Washington Wizards. Well, for Washington,
coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Doris Burke. And we've got David Aldridge on the sideline. This Boston crowd ready to roar in this Eastern Conference matchup for the Celtics. Let's get a quick pregame update from David Aldridge. Thank you, David. And a couple of big-time pivots going head-to-head tonight. Doris, looking at the NBA right now, how has that center position evolved on both ends of the floor?
Well, it seems to me that increasingly, unless you're a shot maker from the perimeter, you can't find time on an NBA floor. So certainly they've become more perimeter-oriented. The ability to at least make a mid-range jump shot helps the spacing on the floor. And then obviously on the defensive end, Kevin, the more valuable you are is based on can you switch and pick and roll situations, guard a variety of positions, say 3, 4, 5, and if necessary in an absolute pickle, can you stay with a guard if you've got to switch a pick and roll between a big and a small.
And now Washington starting group. D-Wade out there with Robertson, and it's LeBron James. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Pettit in at the 4. Wade kicks to LeBron. They set the pick. Dish now to Robertson. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Right, because otherwise you're going to give up those close range opportunities all night. If you allow the opposition to get into a groove, look out.
Here's Bird after the made shot from Oscar Robertson. Jumps up, and James throws it down hard.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And the replay is courtesy of Under Armour. Unleash chaos. It was a great sequence from the steal all the way to the finish at the other end. Bird, the pass to Iverson. Shaq is screen on Robertson. The drive by Iverson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
LeBron kicks to Wade. Back to James. Chamberlain a screen. Robertson against Iverson. 4 on the clock. Lets it go. And there's Robertson. That's good on the assist by James. Robertson's got his second basket of the night.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
Good on the shot.
I think you always have to be looking for the man in the middle, and he finds him with a great feed that time.
Wade outside. And there's the pass to LeBron. Great D that time from Bird.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. And the basket by Chambers.
That's all about the positioning right there. Doesn't let anybody beat him to the spot before he can get the follow-up.
Robertson kicks to Wade. And it's going to be a 3-second call. The Celtics with the lead. And the Celtics free throw attempt differential, one thing to work on. Their opponents average about 2 more free throw attempts per game.
Right. Fortunately for the Celtics, though, they might not take a ton of free throws, but they shot an excellent percentage. So that gap in free throws made significantly smaller because of their quality shooting.
Here's James after the made shot from Allen Iverson. King against Wade. Shoots over King. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
He's so very quick to convert off the miss, and usually with authority.
Some changes for Boston. Johnson, he's checked in for Chambers. Allen comes in for Bird. Hardaway is subbed in for King. 1:44 left to play in the first quarter. Hardaway kicks to Iverson. To the middle. Here's O'Neal. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. I think it's Steve Nash. And one issue we saw with the Wizards last postseason, Doris, was their bench.
Right, a large part of that is the bench just didn't have any explosive scoring. On the season, their bench was bottom 3 in the league in group efficiency, and that's an area they greatly wanted to improve upon this year.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And the Celtics franchise with the league-leading 17 NBA championships, their last in 2008.
Yeah, and with the talent and assets they possess, they might be in the hunt for banner number 18 before you know it. One of the beasts of the East, without question.
Boston making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Pippen dishes to Nash. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Down low. Here's Hardaway. Robinson with the block. Dishes it to Drexler. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Right, you like the mindset so far, Greg. If you give them room to drain it, they'll do just that.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
The Celtics shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Thompson.
I'll tell you, there are a lot of pretty jump shots in the NBA, but for my money right now, Klay Thompson is right at the top. He has perfected and honed his form, and boy, when he gets hot, it's lights out.
And so Thompson nails both of them. And for Klay, Doris, and his shooting, he has worked to complete his entire set of offensive options. Started as just a shooter, but now he is a threat on many fronts.
Well, he's one of the best shooters to play right now in today's NBA, but the reality is he has greatly improved his ability to finish at the rim and play with his back to the basket. The jumper's always going to be the primary weapon, but now he's balanced that with a number of other options.
Here's Hardaway. David Robinson making his last shot. O'Neal a screen on Nash. Hardaway kicks to Johnson. Over Rodman. And it's off the back rim. No good. For Washington, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Nash outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. Pippen's got 3 assists in the game. Hardaway against Nash. Thompson sets the pick for Hardaway. He kicks it to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Shaq misses. Nash. Well, it's been a high-scoring competitive game through the first quarter of play. Wizards lead by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Wizards, guys.
Playing smart in this first period. Credit their unselfish play.
Well, the assist total is skyrocketing.
Wizards leading by 3. Hardaway is out there with Allen. Then it's O'Neal. Then it's Thompson. And it's Johnson in at the 4 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And he gets the bucket. Or it seems like every position on the floor is doing more multitasking these days. Asked to do more, play differently. So when you're thinking about guards, which do you think do the best job of generating offense, say, out of the post?
Well, the preeminent player that comes to mind is Dwayne Wade. This is a guy who at his prime athletically was as good in the transition game as anybody in the history of the game. I know you've had certain NBA analysts who have called him arguably one of the best 2 guards to ever play it. The current iteration of this guy is probably DeMar DeRozan, right? We talk about the loss of the mid-range. Well, DeMar DeRozan is excellent in the mid-range, and now they're starting to put him in the low post and let him use his size and his length to create a little fadeaway jump shot. Really pretty to watch and effective for any number of guards.
You nailed it. Here's Shaq. Lays it up off the glass. O'Neal's got 7.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Nash kicks to Robinson. Outside, Rodman. He dishes it to Pippen. Over Hardaway. He can't get that one to fall.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Johnson, the pass to Hardaway. He feeds it to O'Neal. Plays it up and banks it in. He's got 9.
Really nice job inside that time. The defense unable to react quick enough to stop him. Boy, he is fast.
So timeout called here. The first for Washington.
Hey, guys, you know you never run out of things that you can improve upon.
I think, Greg, it's important to keep that hunger, right? You're always striving to get better and to change things up.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Chambers is checked in for Johnson. Bird comes in for Thompson. King's checked in for Allen. And Iverson's subbed in for Hardaway. Shaq with the screen. Iverson kicks to Shaq to the inside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Celtics shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the stripe. Wizards leading by 3. James outside. Robertson outside. Tips it up.
That's nice technique on the glass. You know, you leverage your position and your size to pull that in.
Feeds to Bird. Three-pointer. It's good from long range. Bird's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Iverson against Robertson. Iverson outside. It's stolen by Wade. 1:52 left in the second quarter. Robertson kicks to Wade. He's looking for LeBron and finds him. No good on the shot. Now Boston takes it the other way. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Kicks it to Wade. 1:21 left in the first half. Such a wide open look. And the Wizards lead by 2. The Celtics have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Chambers with a screen on Robertson. Iverson passes to Chambers. Wade against King. Pass to Shaq. Just 5 on the clock. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, he doesn't quit on that play. Just stays with it and gets some easy points on the putback. That's nice.
Robertson dishes to James. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Bird.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
Absolutely. You have to execute. No reason why they can't get a couple of chances at scores.
The Wizards have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. They recover it. The shot by Chamberlain, no good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Screen by O'Neal. From deep, Iverson. They get the rebound. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Brad Stevens. Coach, what did you think of your team's energy in the first half?
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports.
Been working out.
Boston found themselves in a close game in the first. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, the reserves came in and played like starters. Gave them some big points off the bench. It'll be no surprise to see them get more minutes in the second half. They definitely deserve it. Though sometimes when you get more minutes, you get exposed. We shall see.
That's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway.
Never a shortage of motion on Soldiers Field Road as we welcome you back to historic Boston. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Really an incredible game from Shaquille O'Neal.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Well, he made...
Washington shooting at 50% in a decent group. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. They've got Robertson. He's out there with Dwayne Wade. LeBron James is out there with Chamberlain. And it's Pettit in at the four-man position. Iverson with the bucket. Washington trailing. Wade kicks to Robertson. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Robertson's got 8.
Well, there is clearly a size mismatch, and from the mid-range, there's no way that shot's going to be blocked.
O'Neal is screen on Robertson. Iverson kicks to Bird. There's a screen. O'Neal passes to King. That one falls.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Doors with every team looking to spread the floor, get that space. Most big men are being asked to increase their range. Is the practice time going into that taking away from working, for instance, on other fundamentals that a big guy should be working on?
Here's how you know this is for real. When you hear Dwight Howard talking about the fact that this guy is going to spend an entire summer trying to develop the range because he wants to extend his playing career.
Sure.
Dwight Howard at one time was the single most dominant back-to-the-basket low-post center. They surrounded him with shooters. They put him in pick and roll, and he was an absolute monster. You know what? I don't know if it'll take away from the other fundamentals for the center. I do know that the role of center has drastically changed in the NBA.
Robertson, good.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Screen by O'Neal. King up loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Just great timing on that play, too, guys. Makes it impossible for the defense to react.
Robertson can't get it to go. Boston leading by 3. Down low. Leaps for it, and it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
Well, he just gets ahead of himself and throws it away, right? You've got to have better focus than that.
Allen's checked in for Larry Bird. Then for the Wizards, Robinson's checked in for Chamberlain. Drexler comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Nash in for Robertson. To the wing on the left. Here's Robinson. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Robinson's got his second basket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Iverson kicks to Allen. Off target from outside.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
To the middle for the lead, and Robinson with the layup. Robinson's got 6. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Iverson up top, defended by Nash. Iverson against Nash. 4 on the shot clock. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. The Wizards with the lead. James outside. Here's the screen. Allen against Drexler. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
The Wizards shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Two shots.
The free throw drops for Drexler. Austin making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Shaq. Hardaway comes in for King. And Lillard subbed in for Iverson. Rodman, he's checked in for Washington. Pippen comes in for James. Both free throws good from Drexler.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Chambers.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
Drexler outside. Outside, Rodman. Nice ball movement by Washington. Robinson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Robinson's got 8 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Ray Allen is on the wing. There's the pick. Back to Hardaway. Ray Allen is on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
So I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
Celtics trail by 5. To the middle, here's Johnson. And the rejection by Pippen. Nash outside. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Pippen's got 4 assists now tonight.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, and nice finish on the break.
Lillard against Nash. Hardaway from outside. Washington with the rebound. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Lillard against Nash. Pass to Robinson. Tries from 10. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And now it's a 9-point Washington lead.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Johnson the screen. Allen a screen on Drexler. There's the pick. Hardaway. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Wizards as they end the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And meanwhile, Coach Brad Stevens talking to his team.
Hey, bottom line is...
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Boston. Bird out there with Chambers. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. Pippen against Thompson. Pippen dishes to Robertson. There's the 3. And Scottie Pippen the bucket on the assist by Robertson. Pippen's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Washington. Now Lillard passes it to Bird. Thompson a screen on Rodman. Back to Lillard. Bird outside. 6 on the shot clock. Fires it up. And he overshot that one, missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Of course, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it if you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between two people, because there's so much scoring, and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to it.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Oscar Robertson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Boy, he's been relentless, and to this point they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, I was able to listen in on what Brad Stevens was talking about with his players. He does not think they're giving him everything. He said they've been faster to us all night. Loose balls, rebounds, everything. We got to wake up. It's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We got to seize this game. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
I'll tell you, they've had to look elsewhere for their scoring, and they've gotten it. This guy has had very little impact on the game offensively.
Here's Iverson, and that's going to be a travel.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Really, that's unacceptable. Patience is paramount when you're trying to cut the lead, and they didn't have it there.
Chambers is checked in for Boston. Robertson passes to Wade. Shoots over King, falls back and drains the fadeaway jumper. And the Wizards lead by 15. The Celtics have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Iverson kicks to Bird. Shaq with the screen. Shot off the screen. Second chance shot. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Oh, easy put bag. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
It's good, and the Washington lead is cut back down to 13 with the basket coming from Bird.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Iverson kicks to Shaq, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Robertson passes to Pettit, and good that time.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
King, the pass to O'Neal. Robertson against Iverson. Back to Shaq. Off the pick. Bank shot. No good.
And defensively moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
Chamberlain's shot is off.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident looking performance for the Wizards.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
Exactly the kind of ball movement they're looking for.
Wizards leading by 13. Here's Robertson. Nice D from Bird.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Robertson kicks to Wade. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And the pass to Pettit. Shot clock at 5. Robertson against Iverson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're down by 13. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And down like this, there's so much to talk about. I don't know if one timeout is going to be enough.
I think it's looking pretty bleak.
Allen kicks to Johnson. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Larry Johnson. And Johnson drops them both. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Nash kicks to Pippen. The feed to Drexler. There's a screen by Robinson. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. And the Wizards lead by 13.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
No, I think that they've been locked in during this game. They didn't let the opposing crowd get to them at all. This has been pure domination.
And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan.